Yes.
Hello, good morning, everyone, or good night, depending on where you are. Welcome to Deskera Friday Features, another version. And we have got some exciting stuff for you today. Let's share the agenda for today and wait for a few minutes to wait to let some more people join in. And with me, we have the redoubtable, the voice, David.
Hi, everybody.
In the mask.
So, what we have today for you, newly released New Zealand compliance, which we will show you. Then we have a handy feature to edit the contact's address while you are creating the transaction. And we will show Yodlee integration, which is now live. We'll also see how we can create segments from the campaign outcomes in CRM. We will show you how you can add custom overtime rates while calculating the payroll. And we will go through a general overview of Deskera books, Deskera CRM, and Deskera people. So let's start off with New Zealand compliance, and over to David.
All right, just give me 1 second. All right, excellent. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. All right, so we're going to go and set up the organization. We're going to put in, of course, the financial start date. We're going to put in the book beginning date. Your tax registry, of course, is going to be New Zealand. And we're going to create. Congratulations, your NZ compliance organization has been successfully created. All right, so let's go to company. Inside here, you'll see your IRD number and your GST number. So this is where you're going to input that in. So for example, IRD 001 and GST 001, and we update it. So you can see it's now been updated. Let's go to settings. Let's go to taxes. Inside here, you can see your different taxes, and we can add a tax. We can put in the tax name. For example, tax 001. Put in the percentage, 5%, your tax code, tax 001. And this is where you can show the tax amount, box 5, box 6, box 8, box 11, box 12. And you can show the net amount before tax in, for example, box 6. And then you can decide, is it sales, purchase, or both? And you can save. After that, we can add a tax group. So inside here, you can put in the name, like tax group. You can put in the tax code, like TAX GROUP. And you can choose, is it for sales, purchase, and both? And this is where you can add in the components. Like standard rate purchase, standard rate sales. So you can select which one. And for example, we're going to add standard rate purchase, and then we're going to add in standard rate sales. And of course, we can decide the apply to, pre-tax amount, for example. After that, it's created. Let's go to products. Inside here, you can create a product. Put in the name, like product. Go to accounting, and this is where you can select your purchase tax group and your sales tax group, or sales tax and purchase tax. Then you can save, and then we can go to contacts next. So now we're in contacts. So let's go add a contact. Inside here, I can add a name, like contact. I can put in the IRD number and GST number. And then I can save it. Next, let's go to buy, and let's buy something. So let's click create order, add a contact. Let's select our contact here. Add a product, like product. Put in the unit price. And you can see the amount there, and you can see the taxes. We can expand and see the different rates, like standard rate, purchase, and then we can save. So we can drill into the, and convert it to a bill. Inside there, we click on bill. Then we can click and drill in, and we can scroll down and expand on the tax. Then we can make payment. Select the payment type. Choose a date. Put in the check number. Click next and click pay. All right, so let's go to sell next. Let's create a quote. Let's add a contact. So we'll type in our contact name again. Add in the product. Add in the unit price. Expand the taxes so we can see the tax rates here, and save. Then after that, we can drill in and convert it to an invoice. And we have a choice to convert, fulfill and convert fulfilly, or partially convert. Then we go to invoices. We drill in. And we go to journal entry. So we can see the journal entries here. And that's it.
Thank you, David. And before we proceed, I just want to say thank you everybody who has joined, and welcome to the webinar once again. And we will move to the next item on the agenda, which is editing address while creating invoices or bills. So I remember there was a time when in Singapore we had 3 different offices. We consolidated that to one office later on, but we had an office in Tai Seng, we had an office in Raffles Place, we had an office at Robinson Point, and I think there was one more. I don't remember the name right now. So, and when people used to send us bills, they were confused as to which one they should send to, because we had different teams sitting in different places. And that kind of a scenario can happen to many businesses who may have multiple addresses, and you want to send an invoice to them, and you want to make sure that it is being sent to the right address. And you can do that very easily now at the time of the creation of the invoice or the bill by selecting the right address. So, David, over to you. Let's see how this feature works.
All right, so you can see I'm at the dashboard. I'm just going to click on the cell icon here. I'm going to click create new. I'm going to create a new invoice. Then I'm going to add a contact. So I'm going to use my cameras RS. And now you'll see this little arrow here. So if I click this arrow, I can see all the different addresses, and I can select them. So I can choose the bill to, the ship to, add in a line item, for example. So that's it pretty much, which is pretty cool. That means I can go and select what I need here for the addresses.
Yeah, so if you would notice then, when you're creating a new contact, or when you are setting up your company details in the system, you can add multiple addresses in both the places. So both for your contact and for your own company as well. So when you are creating a bill, and let's say you have multiple warehouses and you want the order to be shipped to one of the specific warehouses, you can have different shipping addresses in your company details, and you can select that at the time of the creation of the bill, and make sure that either the bill or the order that you're sending to your supplier, right, then they will send it to the right place. Similarly, when you are invoicing, you can choose from the different multiple addresses that your contacts have, and make sure you ship an invoice to the right address. So yeah, this is where you can add multiple addresses, both for shipping and for billing. All right. So let's move on to the next item on the agenda, which is Yodlee, which a lot of people had been waiting for. So we have it live now, and over to David to show us how it works and how you can add more banks now using Yodlee.
All right. So at the bank screen, and we're going to click connect. Inside here, we can connect new bank to Yodlee. And I can see all the different banks here, but if you don't see yours, you can just type it in and search for it. For example, Citibank. Then you can enter your user ID. Brave man. And password. And then you can put in your IPIN, for example. Again, each bank has their own requirements for certification that this is really you. So, for example, Citi may require this, but other banks may require different items. So now it's receiving security information, gathering account information, and your credentials have now been verified and now linked. Now I can select my bank account, and I can click connect. And now you can see my Citibank is now linked. I can click reconcile. Or not. And inside here, I can see all my bank transactions in the system, where I can go and I can match it to the transactions that I have in Deskera. And that's a quick look at Yodlee and how to connect it.
Thanks, David. And yeah, that was Yodlee integration. So if you would have noticed, then Saltage is not present there anymore. We had updated this in the past webinars, as well as on the list of bank connections that Saltage will not be available from January onwards, because we had not had a good experience with the service that was provided by Saltage, unfortunately. So yeah, we have played in Yodlee, and the good thing is that Yodlee is adding a lot of banks in UK and Europe. The plan that they have shared with us is exciting, and as and when they add more banks, I will keep you updated on that. Okay, so let's move on to the next item on the agenda, which is creating segments based on campaign outcomes. So let's say that you are creating a campaign and you run the campaign for 1,000 contacts, and now you want to do better targeting by, for example, sending a more targeted email to people who actually opened the emails in that particular campaign. Then you can quickly create a segment from within the campaign results itself and send or create another campaign to target this audience. So let us see how we can do that. Over to David.
Excellent. So we're going to go to campaigns. Inside here, I can see all my wonderful email campaigns here. I can see some people have not been very receptive, others people have. And I can go and drill in. Now inside here, I can see who's been talking, who's not. And I can see who has read and not read. And I can just click on these ones. And I can just click create segment. Then all of a sudden I can see the people that are actually reading right here. And I can input the segment name. Excuse me. Actual people who read my emails. I can put in the description. I can add this to existing segment if I want to and select the segment here. And then I can just go and save it. I can also have the filter button here, so I can filter out the read status and unread status and the read date range. So for example, if I want to filter out read and apply, And then I can go here and select which ones I want. So maybe I just want Kung because he read 5 times. Seems like he really loves my mail. And I can create a segment here. I can see the ones here and put in the segment name and again the description. And that's a quick look at how to create segments.
So I have a question for you here, David.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like? I mean, how much did you bribe Kung to read your email 5 times? So,
I think it probably is just annoying him. I just sent it to him and he's like, is this for real? Click in, look.
every
Oh,
single
no.
time, like this guy keeps sending me email.
Exactly. Harassing him so terribly.
Yes. All right then. So let's move on to the next item in the agenda, which is custom overtime rates. So now when you're processing payroll, you can have different overtime rates depending on where you are, which country you are, which geography you are in. And you should have the option to customize that. And we said that, yes, that option will be available and it is available now. So let's have a look at how it works. So over to David to quickly take us through that.
Excellent. So now I'm at the pay runs where you can see all the different pay runs processed. And then I can process a pay run that I've already created. Inside here, I can see like Jim Johnson. And I can click on these overtime rates here. And you can see the 1.5 and 2. Now I can change this. So maybe, for example, I maybe want to change this to, let's see, 100. Yes. Or I can change this to, for example, 3. And I can put in the hours here. Wow, 32. No, I want 3. But you can see I can change it directly on the screen. And I can go and input the amount of hours here. And no one's going to have 100. I can only dream. And then I can process it here. So when I click next, it'll automatically process. And you can see here that the rate, the hours is all here, and the amount has been updated accordingly. So you just type in what you want. Makes it easy. And that's a quick look at changing your overtime rates in Deskera Payroll.
Awesome. So now, I mean, talking about overtime always reminds me of Jack Ma and the 9 cross 9 rule that they follow in Alibaba. By the way, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there were these rumors that Jack Ma is missing right now, and later on, apparently, he's just keeping a low profile and stuff. So interesting things are happening.
Very true.
Anyways, let's come back to the topic at hand, which is the next item is demo for books, CRM, and people. And I see a lot of representation from Canada. So, David, will it be possible for us to just create a new company from scratch, use Canada as the residency, and show how it works?
Can.
Or do you? I mean, if you have a Canada company already there.
I don't have a Canada company. It's perfect time to create one.
Yeah, perfect time to create one. Yeah, let's do that. And let's do a Canada-centric demo for Deskera books today.
All right. Just signing out of here. I'm going to Deskera.com. And let's try it for free. Yes. Clicking here, try it for free. First name, David. Last name, McGoldrick. Company name, Canada. Email address. Demo, let's see.
Canadian beer.
All right, at Deskera.com. Password. And I've submitted. Excellent. So this is how you just register. Plan upgrade successful. I'm just going to my phone quickly just to verify the email address. Yes. Verify email. Yes, I want to verify the email address. Yes. Excellent. So now it's verifying, going through. Excellent. Email verification successful. So I'm going to go and I'm going to switch here to books. Yep. Ready to start my first company up. Yep, definitely. Warning me 14 days. Let's set up your organization. Let's start the financial year. Let's start it on January 1st, book beginning date, January 1st. And let's select the tax registry. Canada, Canadian dollar, let's create. Yes, your Canadian organization has been successfully set up. Wonderful. Let's explore the app first. So first thing we're going to do is go to company. Inside here, I can see my information. So I'm just going to edit it. I can add an image, change the date format. In Canada, do they follow month, month, day, day, year, 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 like the US does, or do they do day, day, month, month, year, year, year?
I've never been to Canada, so
All right.
maybe somebody can answer that as to what is the preferred date format in Canada. Then we can set it as the default date format if somebody chooses Canada.
Correct. So inside, I'm just going to select the currencies. So for example, maybe USD, maybe, what's it called? Euro. So I'm just filtering it out. Don't need to do anything special. Click here, and I can save it. Now my multi-currency has been activated. And I can update it. Ooh. And then I can go to compliance. Oops. Let me go to compliance. And inside here, you can see your GST number. I'm just doing GST or 001. Business number. Biz 001. And address. For example. And then I can just go here and update. Yes, I understand. So the address has been updated. And you can see here I have my GST number, business number. Next, I'm going to click on settings. And I'm going to go to taxes. Inside here, I can see all my different tax types. And I'm able to add tax if I want to and add tax groups here, like we've shown in the other video. But I'm just going to leave the standard statutorily compliant rates there. And I'm going to now go to...
Let's take a look at reports also real quick to see what are the different reports that we have available.
Sure. So outstanding purchase goods received report. So these are the purchases. These are the financial. I see the inventory and sales. Are there any statutory requirement reports?
They are being added.
They're being added. Okay. So currently looks like all the standard reports that we normally have. All right. So let's go to contacts. Let's add a contact. Canada, what's it called? Beer. Sounds good. I can put in the business number, GST number. I can select the default sales tax rate, default purchase rate, so I can go here and select one. Sorry if I'm selecting the wrong one, so I'm not sure exactly which is the correct ones here, but just to give you an idea. Accounting, all the normal stuff, address here. Let's see. 19A, for example. Save. And I can save it here. So now this contact has been created. I can go to products, create a new product. I can select tracked. For example, the product can be like computers, description. We have 3 types. Non-tracked, which is services, like CPA, engineer, gardener, all sorts of wonderful stuff. You know, your services that are required. We have our tracked, we track the products inside the system. So like computers, apples, stuff like that. And we have our bill of materials. Like I always like to say, like chicken soup, you got to get your noodles, your broth, your vegetables, your chicken. You got to put them all together and assemble them. And once you assemble them, you have your chicken soup. So I'm just going to select tracked. I can see the current purchase price. So maybe 600. We sell for 1,000. I can see the returns. I can go to inventory. And this is unit of measurement, cost of goods sold. And if I want to, I can enable advanced tracking. And this is where I can put in the batch tracking or serial number. And I can select the warehouse and save. After that, let's go to buy. Good to have stock. So let's go buy some wonderful computers. Add contact. And I can just create a new contact here quickly. I'm just going to call it computers are us. And I can put in the information. I can just save it. I can click here and just type in computers. And in the product, computers. Put in the quantity. Maybe I want to buy 10 of them. I can expand the tax if there's any taxes here. I can also select the tax type. And then you can see here the tax type is showing up. And I can save it. So I have my order. I can receive the goods. I'm selecting the primary warehouse and I'm receiving it. I convert it to bill. And now it's in bills. I can see it here. And I can click pay. But unfortunately, I have no money. So the key thing is I better go sell this good so I can make some money to pay these goods off. So I'm going to go and just skip quote and go click directly to invoice. And I'm going to select the Canada Beer Company. Type in the computers. Hover over here, I see I have 10 quantity available. Let's sell the 10 quantities. And I can see my tax rate here. And again, I can expand it and see the rates here as well. I can also add attachment and put in a memo. Any custom fields. I can also change the multi-currency here. So you can see Canadian, USD, or Euro, which we selected earlier. And also I can set this as recurring. So if I set as recurring, I can set it as monthly, weekly, or custom. I can put the financial first date, ending date, or never ends. And I can also set the auto send email. So for example, let me just go here, put this information in, and never ends. What a wonderful customer. They'll buy for us forever. Inside here, I can put in the to, put in the information, send a copy to myself, and select the template. So I'm just going to close this, and I am going to save it. After that, I'm going to get paid.
Oh, don't forget to show how to design.
Oh, the design. Yes, yes.
Never, yeah.
So inside here, let's click design. Because I want to send this wonderful invoice to my customer. Inside here, I can choose a logo. Let's see. Okay. I'm choosing my Apple logo. I can change the theme. Maybe I want it more red. Company name, maybe Canada PTE Ltd. Maybe I don't want to show ship to. I can hide that or show it here. I can click on ship to if I want to, for example, and change it. Let's see. For example, maybe I want to change it to address. I can also click on bill to and change it to. I can change the currency symbol if I want. Invoice number, change the date format, if maybe month, day, year. Change the invoice date, due date. Remove the signature. remove terms and conditions, notes, show discount because there's no discount, but there is a tax. I'm going to show that. And then I can just download it, print it, or email it. Yep, so it's now downloaded. I'm just going to open it up. And you can see it here. All right. Next, let's go and, what's it called? Fulfill. Let's fulfill first. Do you want me to go through the pick, pack, ship process? Or just go directly to direct fulfillment?
Take some questions.
Yeah, let's finish the invoicing process and then we'll come to questions.
All right, I'm just going to do direct fulfillment. I'm going to get paid. And I can select the bank, select the payment type, choose the date, reference number, click next, and I can receive it. And now I can print it if I want to. And now I have money, so I can go back to buy.
David, so I got a few questions on multi-currency recently, so maybe we can show one transaction with multi-currency, how to do it, how to change the exchange rate, and how to change the exchange rate while receiving payment as well.
Okay.
For invoice.
Can. For invoice, all right. All right, so let's go here and let's create a new invoice. Select the contact. Add in a line item. Put in the quantity. And inside here, you can see that this is in our base currency now. Let's go to multi-currency options. Inside here, I can now select my currency. So maybe let's go to USD. I can see the exchange rate, but maybe it's changed. So maybe I just want to update it here and update the currency. And now you can see the amounts in USD. After that, I can save it. And you see I have no stock, so it asks me if I wanted to create a back order. After that, I can click Get Paid. I can see the currency USD here, but I have no bank accounts in USD right now, so I can go back to Canadian dollars, for example. Maybe I received the money in Canadian dollars. Put in the bank transfer, select the date, select the reference number. Go next. And you'll see here, there's a conversion rate. So I can update the conversion rate here because the banks are never going to agree on what my rate should be. They'll tell me what their rate is. I put in the amount. You can see the received currency amount changes. I click next and I receive it. And I can close it.
Awesome. Thanks, David.
Oh, and if you want to set your currency, just, for example, what if your contact always buys in USD or a certain currency like that? If I go here and I edit it, I can actually go here and there's a currency here. So I can change this currency. So if it's always US dollars, then I don't want to have to select it every single time. That doesn't make sense. So I'll just select it here under my contact. And every time I create an invoice for that, or a quote, or a purchase, or a buy, or a bill, it'll automatically update accordingly. All right.
Awesome. So time for a few questions. Let's see. There is a question here. I saw a question.
Oh, they do day month here.
Here from Book's question.
Yeah. Is there a way to have the COA be sorted by account number by default? Right now, it is not sorted by that. It is we can give an option to persist the changes. If you change the sorting, then the next time you come, it can remember that. So let's note that down. I think we can give that option for users to just choose whichever field that they want to sort by and then remember that setting for the next time. So that's a good suggestion. Then Vicky and Jonathan have updated us that it is day, month, and year. So DDMMYYY.
Makes sense. Only Americans would do month, month, day, day, year, year.
Okay. Then there's a book question 2 by you. Would it be possible for books to auto-save the changes made in opening balances instead of having to manually save changes each page? So,
I would recommend using the upload option.
yeah, I mean, if you have to do multiple changes, then you can just import the Excel file in one shot, and that will just update all the opening balances as is needed. So that's the quick option. I mean, if you already have it in with you, then you can just upload the Excel file. Okay. Okay. Then the next question is from Jonathan. Are we able to generate reports for taxes, GST, charged on invoice, QST, etc.? Yes, you will be able to do that. And you will be able to select whatever period that you want to generate these reports for. So the answer is yes, you will be able to do that. The next question is, does the autofill function learn the word after writing in the whole word after the first time? So we have not added any autocomplete function from our side. If the browser does it, then that's a different thing. But if you start typing in the first few letters, then it will show you the matching results from the dropdown. Yodlee for Malaysia. Yeah. So yes, we are already talking to Yodlee for the Malaysian banks, which they said are going to be there. But apparently in the first release, it's not there. So that will be added. It's there in the list. It will be there. Okay. Next question is, you got a link to check the change log of the last updates. Would like to take a look here and there to see what's new. Yeah, so we keep posting the updates on the Facebook group. And I believe all the changes that happen to the system, there is a post that comes out for that. But maybe we have not done a very good job of categorizing it properly. So we'll do that. Let's do that. So what I think the way to do that would be to create a new topic, which is changelog, and all those posts will be tagged to that topic. So when you go to the group, you can just go to changelog. You can select changelog as the topic, and it will show you all the relevant posts. But let's do that. So that's a valid point. We have been posting updates in the group, but we have not done a good job of categorizing them together. So that will happen. Then the next question is, in the document designer, we are not able to translate the information in French. True, but we are working on that. I think within a week or so, you will have that option available in the document designer as well. Yeah, so we do not like the word document template. We are deprecating the word document template. I think it's a little bit too complicated, even though I know there are systems that do it that way. But yeah, if you ask me personally, I prefer the designer as well. And that's where we are going to focus all our dev effort to make it better and add more options and features and enhancements there, so as to meet everybody's requirement.
Yeah, because with the Word document, it's not always what you see is what you get. Sometimes you have to adjust it and move it to weird places.
And Word always does this. I know I think I've broken a glass or two, of a mug or two of coffee in the night sometimes when I've been trying to format Word files, and that pesky image would not go and sit in the place that I intended to go, and it just drives me nuts. And I know how frustrating it can be to use Word at times. So yeah, designer, what you see, what you get. Designer is going to be the future. I mean, it is the present and the future. So yeah, we are not going to invest too much effort on the Word document side.
One more question.
Are we going to be able to show taxes in two different lines in the document designer? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. All right. So, okay. So let's continue with our demo. I don't see any other questions here right now. So let's continue with the demo. Back to you, David.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we've seen the buy sell process in here. And of course, there's many other features in here as well, but let's go to sales. I think sales will be good, right? CRM. We're going to update the name eventually for sales or
CRM.
CRM. Okay. So inside here, you can see the organizations, number of people, deals lost, deals won. This is a brand new company, so you can see there's absolutely nothing, but the people are there. Where the people come from are Deskera books, and they're linked. So inside here, I'm just going to create.
So this is the awesome part. Now, I mean, I remember earlier there was a lot of feedback on why it doesn't flow, and now it does seamlessly. I mean, you just start creating in one, and the other application is going to get it.
Exactly. No more headaches of double work. I can drill into my contacts, see the information here, connect my email. I can see my activities, notes, and logs for this specific contact. I can go now to marketing, and let me create a segment for these contacts here. So I'm just going to here and add a segment. I'm going to select the contacts. And for people, segment name. Fascinating. Okay. So inside here, you should be able to see your contacts, but I cannot see any contacts here at the moment, which is kind of odd. Maybe I have to create one here. Let's create a contact. A person, let's say John Thomas. I can also add a browse an image here. So I'm just going to choose a random image. Let's see. So many screenshots. All right, let's choose. All right. You can see the phone number's been defaulted as Canada. That's because of Deskera Books is Canadian. So that's why you see it here under phone number default is Canada. And I can save it. So he's been added. I can choose, that's probably why I can't see it. Okay, so let's go back to marketing. Let's go to segments. Add a segment. Select a contact. Currently searching, so let me just call this computer leads. Interesting. Not sure why. Do you have an idea why it's not showing up? This one should show up. Okay. We have our emails, our forms. So inside here's where I can create my different forms and add the form in here. And we have contacts. I see deals have been coming soon for a very long time. Is it going to soon come in?
Yes, I think by next week we should have web to deal as well, which will allow you to capture a lead and put it directly into your sales pipeline.
Excellent. So inside here, I can add in the fields, the phone number, the email, for example, the phone number, and I can set certain things as mandatory here. So I can make it mandatory for email address. Also, contact name is mandatory. Other stuff, maybe not. Put in the form name as form. And after that, I can add any custom fields here as well. We have multiple custom fields. We have text, number, and dropdown, and put in the maximum length. And if everything is good, I can go save or next. Here, or I can click here. Oh, form name, sorry. Form. Click next. I explain image or redirect to another page, so I can put in my URL here. I can also assign owner, assign sub-owner, visibility, and publish. And here is my code. So this code I can just copy and embed in my web page. All right. 1 second. I just want to sign out and sign back in. Sometimes it's, what's it called? After you verify, it's always good to sign out, sign back in. So let me go here. David.mcgolder plus demo. I did 365, right? At Deskera.com.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the ID that you used.
Oh, that's tricky.
1 second. Just like all things. Yep. David.mcgolder plus demo at 365. Yep. All right, I'm just going to continue with the different credentials. Sorry about that. Because I don't want to reset my password, do all the process. So sorry about that. Just one of those days. So inside here, you click on campaigns. We're talking about segments, so you can click on the segments, add in a segment, and you should be able to see your contacts here. So I can see here my different contacts. And I have consent, and I can save it. So you have to have consent to send email to these contacts selected. Then we go to campaign here. I can add a campaign. I put in the campaign name. Features, subject, Friday features. I can select a category. I also can add a category here. Let's see. For example, marketing's there. Go next. I can choose my segments here. Click next. Choose my templates. Do my templates or use a blank template. And I have a choice 3 columns, 2 columns, or 1 column. So for example, if I want to use this template, I can go here. I can see it's already, everything's there pretty much. And I can see no contact details added. So I have to add my contact details here. City. Zip code. State. Country. I can save it. And I can just go and double click on this. So if I want to upload an image, I can see the uploaded images here. I can just also go and drag and drop an image inside here. So for example, and put it in.
Let's make sure we spell shirts correctly.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. No more shits. It's all shirts. Sorry. So everything's here. It looks all good. I can also add this. And then once it's all done, I can save and continue. And then I can see my template here. I can go next. I can use the sender name. Sender email address. Now, if this is a new email address, for example, at gmail.com, it'll ask me to verify the email. But if it's not a new email address, it won't ask me to verify. We can also use my own. So this is where you can add up to 5 accounts to use your own using IMAP. And I can fill in the information here. I also can use a different reply email address. I can send now or schedule for later. Let's send now. Poor Kung. He'll get a nice little beep at this wonderful time of night. And then I can go to campaigns.
Just be wary of him, when you're alone with him in office, just be careful.
Definitely need to be careful. And I can see it's scheduled. If I refresh later on, it'll be completed and I can drill in and see the information. Under marketing, we have our segments. We have our, under services, of course, we have our support and our guide. So support tickets inside here. We're able to see our emails. And I can see the requesters. And I can see this is an incident. Help is here. Recently updated. Who's been logging into my system updating? Who said it's resolved? Who's been doing this?
Support is a team effort, David. So
Okay. So I can see the information here. Everything looks good. I can go back as well. I can also go to guides. This is where you can add in your different sections as well as your articles. And finally, let's create a deal. So inside deals here, I can see my different areas. And if I click on top, I'm able to see my pipeline. So you have your default, fast track, and others. So my fast track pipeline is my one that I created, and I'm able to edit it. Default pipeline you cannot edit, so just please take note of that. I can create a deal here. And I can put the deal name. Let's see. 12 computers. And I can select the organization. And I can select the sub-owner and the deal value. So for example, maybe 10,000. And this currency is based upon your books. So if you set it as your reporting currency as Canadian dollars, this would reflect as Canadian dollars. If you select Malaysian, it'll show Malaysian. It's all based upon that. And then I can save it. So inside here, I can see the information. I can just click on it. I can see all the wonderful details in here. And I can see, of course, my email. So this is where I connect my email to it. And if I send an email out here and they reply, it'll be updated in here as well. So it's very good to keep track of it. I can select my activities and create a new activity. For example, we have call, meetings, tasks, deadlines, emails, and lunch. So let's call this a call. And I'm going to say this is going to be a call at 10 a.m. I can select the contact person. So maybe John Thomas. And I'm going to assign this to me. And I'm going to send an invitee to the attendees. And you'll get a reminder email as well. And then I just click this to complete it. I can put in any notes. I can do any logs. And I can go back to deals here. And I can literally just drag and drop to where I want to put it. And you notice when I drag and drop it, this amount should change up here as well. And then eventually I can go here. So you see this 19,000. Now this one goes here. Now it says 10K. And I have a choice. I can drag and drop to win or loss. Or I can go in here and click win or loss here. So I can say deal 1.
Yeah.
Yes, I can go to the dashboard and see everything's been updated. I can go to activities. So this is where you're able to copy the URL and put it into your calendar under activities inside here. So if I go to activities.
So this is important because if you link your activities with your calendar using the iCal export that we have, then you won't miss out on any important notifications, etc., because your calendar is going to send you notifications for upcoming events. So if you have not done this, I would suggest that go ahead and do this. We are also adding direct sync with Microsoft Office Calendar and Google Calendar. So, but iCal works with any calendar that supports adding URLs for calendar feed will be able to support it. So whatever email client that you have, you can add the iCal URL.
All right, so that's a quick look at sales or CRM. I think we have some questions in the chat as well.
Yeah, let's go through that. So I didn't know you can have plus in your email address. Yeah, now you do. So this is useful if you quickly want to, I mean, so you don't have to create, multiple email addresses. over and over again, especially if you are just doing a test run or a demo, for example. And next is, can you send out newsletters with that? Absolutely, yes. The campaign module will allow you to send newsletters. I mean, you can create a template for newsletters. If you already have a template, you can use the HTML of that template and just add it quickly into Deskera CRM, or you can design your own using one of the pre-built templates, or using the building blocks that we have to create a newsletter template and then broadcast it to subscribers. So absolutely, yes. Okay. So no other questions at this point of time. So let's go to Deskera people. So quick update on Deskera people. We have EPF, SOXO, etc. All the Malaysian auto calculation of other statutory components already available in the system, but we'll take you through the Malaysian compliance in greater detail on the Monday webinar, which I think is a more appropriate time for all our Malaysian customers and prospects. So we're not gonna touch that today, but we'll do a run of payroll quickly.
Sounds good. So let's go and do payroll. So inside here, of course, you have your pay schedules. This is important to set up first in order before you do your payroll. And you can add the pay schedule and put in the schedule name, monthly, weekly, twice per month, and bi-weekly. And you can put in the first pay date, the work period, and applicable to which user, because you may have different pay schedules for different types of users. If you're an employee that works in the office, maybe you're 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. If you're a shop floor worker or someone that works at the actual, places, you may have different hours accordingly. All right. After that, you can set up your employee if you're statutorily compliant. It'll have a compliance information there that you can set up and add. Actually, let me just edit one of these employees. Or my employee list will just continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. So let me just edit here. So you can see Jim Smith here. Inside here, I can see his email address, designation, date of joining, date of confirmation, his address, compensation details. Is he full-time, part-time, casual shift worker, basic salary, and is it per year, per month, or per hour? Also, we have the payment methods. Under component benefits. Oh, payment methods is now mandatory. That's something new. Put in the routing number. 9 digits. Account number. When did this become mandatory?
Which geography are you in right now?
I'm in US. Payment details.
Yeah, so for US, we need to record which payment method they're going to use, because we are integrating with providers who will be able to do a direct debit into the employee's account. So there is a confirmation that is going to be needed, and once that integration is in, then users will have to confirm their bank account details, etc., so that as soon as you hit payroll processed and finalized, there'll be a button and you can just click that, and salary will be directly debited to the employee's bank account without having to do anything else.
But the option will be optional, or is it like mandatory?
That will be optional. That's
Okay.
why we have, but we have to capture that, okay, they are not using that option.
Ah,
So
okay.
it has to be captured. That how are you paying the employees? Are you paying using that or not? Because there are financial fintech compliances, etc., around that. Some fintech compliances that we have to follow as well.
Cool. Very cool. So we'll soon have automated payments of your payroll.
Yeah.
So inside here, we have our compliance details. It all depends on different countries. So this, for example, is US. So, of course, social security number and all the other information, resident, county, country, and, of course, state tax. So you just fill in accordingly. Again, it's based on different countries. When's Canada coming up?
So Canada is supposed to be available, I think, somewhere around either end of this month or mid-Feb.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to quickly add a pay run here, put in the schedule. I'm going to select my monthly schedule here, and I'm going to select the work period. So we're going to say this one is from January to 31st and apply. And I'm going to select the users here, just say all users, proceed to payroll. So now that's there. I can see my payroll here, see all my wonderful salaries. Make sure everything's good, click next. And inside here with statutory compliance, I can see my deductions, my employer tax and additional earnings, and I can process the payroll. And to ensure accuracy, please review your payroll numbers and make sure they're 100% correct. Do you wish to continue to proceed your payroll? Yes.
This will become even more important going forward because you will do a direct debit. So once you confirm and you have started the processing, then there will be like a couple of days window to stop that from happening and reverse everything. But if you don't do it within the window provided by the service provider, then it's processed. So I mean, money's out of your bank.
Correct. So either the employee will be very happy or very sad. And then here I can click finish and it's processed. All right, so that's just a quick look at pay run in Deskera People. Do we have any questions?
I think there is one question, how to access the report builder. So you can access the report builder by going to report-builder.deskera.com.
Let me just share the what's it called?
Yeah.
Link here. So you can see here report-builder.deskera.com in the screen. Maybe someone could reply in the chat with this link.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is also going to be available in the side menu where you can access other applications. We are going to add report builder access there as well.
Excellent.
So you won't need to remember this, but yeah, we just need to add it there.
And you want
to remind somebody in the dev team to please add it again. All right. Oh yeah, just wanted to spend a couple of minutes on the units that we have created. So there is this function called learning content or learning units that you can access in the Facebook group. And we have added a few learning units there. So if you're new to Deskera, or even if you are, even if you have been using it for some time, but you may have some doubts or questions, this is a good place to quickly go and check if your query is available here, or if you just want to refresh on, let's say, for example, how to use multi-currency, or how to add credit notes and how to adjust them, or how to use the designer, and on any functionality, then you will find some resources here. Yeah. So we will keep updating this with more information as and when we add more features, as and when features get updated with newer videos as well. So if you have not gone through this, I would request you to go here, and you can even track your progress, that okay, have you gone through a particular module or not, by marking it as done. So it gives you a visual indicator of what all modules you have already covered and so on. So it's a good option to have. Okay. So there are a few questions here. Can you link any bank account to it? What's with Revolut and N24 banks? So when you said to it, I believe you mean Deskera. So we have partnerships with service providers. Plaid and Yodlee are the ones that we have active partnership with, and whatever banks that Plaid and Yodlee have are accessible to our customers as well. So if you want to see a list of all the available banks, there is a post that we have on the Facebook group and on our blog, which gives you the list of all the banks. I think between US and Canada, Plaid has given access to around 10,000 plus banks and financial institutions. The entire list is there. And then Yodlee has got coverage for rest of the world. I don't remember off the top of my head if Revolut or N24 is in there in that list, but if one could just go and take a look there in the list. If it's there, then you will be able to connect with it. If it's not there, there is not much that we can do about it, because these are financial institutions whom the bank are more comfortable working with, because of multiple restrictions and that are in place. So building a direct connection with bank is not generally feasible, which is why we have got organizations like Plaid and Yodlee that do it. But they are also adding more banks. So that's a good thing. I mean, both Plaid and Yodlee have an aggressive plan. Plaid has got excellent coverage in US and Canada. I don't think any other provider has got as big a coverage as Plaid in US and Canada. And Yodlee is being very aggressive in UK and Europe. And they already have a pretty good coverage in Australia, Southeast Asia, etc.
Next question.
Let's go to the next question, which is from Jonathan.
Invoice sent by email with documents YAML provided through.
Yeah, so we will be adding an option to edit the email templates that are sent out by the system. Right now, we don't have that, but that will be part of some QoL enhancements that we are going to take up in the future. For now, I mean, when you're sending it out, then you can.
You can manually change it,
Yeah,
but you
manually
cannot
change
really
it, but
set
I
it.
mean, I know it's not ideal, but we will provide that option for sure. The second is the from field. Yes, so we will be adding an SMTP option in Deskera Books, similar to what you have in Deskera CRM, wherein you can configure your own SMTP and then use that to send out invoices, etc., to your customers, and then you won't see that subscription at Deskera.com anymore. Contact upload in the book have a problem with the
Yeah,
billing
I've
type.
submitted a ticket for that, and they're working on it.
Okay.
So yeah, I see what it is. It's specifically to Malaysian vendor. When you click on it, it doesn't give you the none option. I've already informed the team, and they're looking into it.
Okay. Thank you, Vicky. How is it linked to the bank accounts? Any two-factor authentication before the money is transferred? Oh, okay. So so when you're linking to the bank account, it is primarily to get transactions, not for transfer of money. For transfer of money, we have Stripe, we have Veeam, we have PayPal, we are adding TransferWise. So these options are available for you to do actual transfer of money, to receive invoices, or to pay invoices. If you're talking primarily about paying bills and expenses, then you can use Veeam or TransferWise, which will be available soon. So whatever authentication, etc., that is supposed to happen, you will need to have a TransferWise account or a Veeam account, and they will do the authentication for you as per their standard processes. So there are, those are some of the things that will be there when you have financial transactions with actual transference of money taking place. So that's why Stripe and Veeam, etc., and TransferWise, they have all the processes in place, and that's why we have built those integrations to make it easy for you to just use those services to transfer money. Can you transfer salary via TransferWise? Yes, we want to add TransferWise there as well. So TransferWise will be an option, but right now we are working with another service provider to do that first. So that's the first step. I think it's Dwala, and then we will add TransferWise afterwards. If export contact at books can be same with default template.
He's talking about exporting contacts, meaning when you export the contacts into Deskera Books, It does not export the address. So this is something I put in the enhancement list.
All right. So yeah, that so there. I mean, the import template is different from the export template, but there is a reason for that because export. I mean, normally when you export your data out, you're using that to generate some report, etc. Sometimes, but yes, we can add other fields there as well. But right now, it's a what you see, what you get export function. So what you're seeing on the screen is what you're getting when you export out, which you can then use for whatever reporting, etc. So things like they owe you, what you owe them, and all those fields are what gets exported out because that is what you would typically use for your reports. But point taken, point taken. We can provide. I mean, I don't think there is any major challenge in providing more fields there.
Email body text you can where can
You can manually change it when you click on the button, but there's no saving of templates.
No, okay. I think we may be talking about different functions here. I think he's talking about the email that is sent when you click from within the designer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that one we don't have.
But yeah, I mean, that will also be added. But right now, if you're sending it from within the system, then you can change the body of the email. But yeah, that will send the word template.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is that there in that window, maybe David, you can just quickly show that window.
Okay, you're talking about inside here, right?
Yeah. So what we are going to be doing is, no, don't go to design, just go to email.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're, okay, so inside there you're going to be able to attach
because
design.
I mean, we don't need to go to design. I mean, if you already have an existing invoice, why should you go to design and then email it? I mean, you can just email it from here.
True.
So what we are going to be doing is, so there are a couple of things that are planned for the invoice designer. One is that you can save your template with a specific name. So right now you cannot save your template with a name. So you will be able to save the template that you created or used in the invoice designer with a specific name. So when you're using this option, you will, I mean, if you could scroll down, David, then there is a drop down there at the bottom, right, where you can select the template, and whatever template that you save in the invoice designer will be available here to select and send out. So you won't have to, go inside designer necessarily and then send it from there. You can just do it right from this screen. So that is an option that we are working on. It will be there. And we will also provide an option to configure the body of this email as well.
Will you allow multiple templates for this email? Meaning, or will it be just one that you'll set up and that'll be the default for all?
The long-term view is that, see, I mean, we have a template engine, right? So why should we not use that to configure, nice templates for sending out invoices as well? So the long-term plan is to have our CRM template engine provide whatever templates that you can use to, for any functions that you have in the system. But yes, we need to balance between the time that it would take to put something like that, and also how urgent or needed the requirement is, and we may so
Very
yeah,
cool.
we'll have to solve that. Idea is to just eventually reach a stage where I can just use a similar engine like my template designer in email CRM campaigns, that is, to create whatever emails that I'm sending out from anywhere within the system.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. All right.
So any other questions? Let's wait for 2 more minutes if there are any other questions, and if nothing is forthcoming, then
one thing I see, make drop-down menu for templates for print. Because currently you have to type it in or you have to delete it, I think. So if I click here on the print feature, it just shows the configured, unless I delete it, and then you can see all the different ones down here.
That's what
Hmm. Okay, so I don't see any other questions. So thank you so much for being a part of this webinar.
One
And
last one.
oh, there is.
Yeah,
Did one come just now?
Jonathan.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there it is. Any ET on that? So I think in the coming week we will have French support. We will have the option to save the invoice templates as well. Plus, we are giving the option to configure the line tables and the headers that you see there, both within the invoice design screen and the invoice creation screen. And the week after that, so I think maybe 1 to 3 weeks is when we will have all these changes in. But I mean, yeah, just keep an eye out on the Facebook group. We will keep you updated as soon as any new changes come in. One thing that you can be sure of is that we'll let you know.
Great.
And with that, thank you so much for being on this webinar and for your questions. And don't forget, we have a webinar on Monday, 8 p.m. Singapore time. And then we have a follow-up webinar on next Friday as well, same time. And we hope to see you again. So thank you.